ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਸਟੋਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵੱਧਦੇ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਇਹ ਰੋਜ਼ਮਰਰਾ ਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ। ਔਰ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸਿਸਟਮ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪੁਲਿਸ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜ਼ਿਹਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਹੈੱਡਕੁਆਰਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦੇਖ ਰੇਖ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਪੂਰਾ ਇਸ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪੁਲਿਸ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਅੱਜ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ। ਸੋ ਸੁਪਰਿੰਟੈਂਡੈਂਟ ਆਫ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਜੈਫ ਬੈਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇ, ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਰ, ਫਸਟ ਆਫ ਆਲ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ so much for joining us in our special program today.
Great, thanks for the opportunity.
Sir, there has been everyday news now, like extortion calls, and especially South Asian community is being targeted. In that South Asian community, more Punjabi community is targeted, and since 2025, I think more than 46 registered cases has been done, right? And out of those cases, I think 19 are targeted shooting cases as well. So how do you see when it started actually? So how do you see the extortion cases then?
Sure. You are right. There's been quite a few extortion cases since 2025. We were kind of in a bit of a silo in comparison with the rest of the country. It was happening in a lot of other jurisdictions, but it was only in 2025 when we started to see the increase. And then early 2026, we saw a little bit more of an increase. To date, there's been roughly 48 extortions in and around Calgary. So the number's up, but the shooting number is actually a little bit different. There's been 18 shootings directly related with the extortion, but only one. There's one other one that hasn't been directly related, and so it's just a little bit of misinformation on that.
Okay.
So it was a shooting, but it wasn't directly related with the extortion.
Okay. So when you see the extortion cases every now and then, right, and you see the only one community is being targeted, so how do you manage? Because I know that you must be having a lot of question why this community is being targeted. So what does it say on that?
Well, we had to really look at it from a holistic lens. Is really what it came down to.
Yeah.
And number one, we had to stop the violence. Is really what it came down to. And so from the Calgary police lens, we said this has to stop. And what we did was we actually put an entire organized crime section to start investigating it. And there's a lot of resources that go with that, but it showed that we were intentional about what we were doing and that we had to stop the violence. And why I mention that, I think it's really important. When we look at the first 60 days of 2026,
Yeah.
we saw a disproportionate amount of extortions with roughly 9 shootings. When we finally got behind this and started investigating, and so the latter 100 plus days, there's been 2 shootings. One was not directly related to the extortion, but one had somebody who was related with extortions in it, and only one other shooting. And so you can see that our intentional efforts have driven down the crime response on this, and it's had a big impact to the community. And further to that, what we're really noticing is actually the community's coming forward. They have that trust and confidence with the police. They weren't sure if the police understood what was going on at the beginning, and they were apprehensive to come forward. But since we've had so many arrests come from this, they're really coming forward, both to contact the police when the extortion may happen at their house, but they also are contacting Crime Stoppers. And so to me, those are 2 really big wins.
What is the procedure if somebody gets a call, let's say, but many of the residents, they don't even complain about it because they are scared that they'll be get shot or they'll be kidnapped, their children are at stake. So what do you want to say to them, some of the cases which have not even reported yet?
A really great question. To me, it's really simple. You have to contact the police. We're here to protect you, and we've shown now time and time again, when you contact us early, we can put those measures in place to make sure that you are safe. And so it's really important. We can't help you if we don't know about it. And truthfully, the criminal element of this is exploiting the fact that they don't want you to contact the police. And so you're playing into the game, the gamesmanship that they have in this extortion case. Contact us early. We can get at it from the front end and really take care of things.
Have you seen any gang who are calling them, or have you seen a local gangs who are actually doing these extortion calls?
You know, it's from a gang lens, I don't look at it that way. I'm more looking at it from a criminal lens. We see criminals doing it because they're looking for those easy opportunities to take advantage of people. There's always been that allegation that this is being directed from overseas with the Lawrence Bishnoi. Obviously, I'm monitoring closely across Canada what's happening. I'm watching in Vancouver with a trial that recently happened
Yeah.
where they are saying that this came from overseas. I can assure you that from our standpoint, if we come across any of that information, we will be liaising with our national security partners who would be taking on that component of the investigation.
We have seen a lot of local, again, temporary visas, or whose visas are expiring. Uh, they are actually involved in these cases, so they are being deported now, that we have heard. But how many of them have you actually seen getting deported or getting into prison?
So the deportation numbers you'd have to connect with CBSA on. That is kind of their portfolio. I can tell you that there's been 28 direct referrals from the
20.
Calgary Police
Okay.
to CBSA. We currently have CBSA embedded right with the investigative team. So when our investigators learn that information, it is instantly shared with CBSA because we want to ensure that we are tackling this from all avenues.
When you just catch somebody, right, they are not related to a gang, let's say, like you said, out of that 19 cases, one case was not directly related to extortions.
Correct.
So what can be the other reasons of doing the extortion calls?
Well, of extortion calls or
Yeah,
the other violence?
other valid reasons as well.
Well, the extortions, it's about making money,
Yeah.
is really what it comes down to. And it's an easy way with low risk to often make money. The mechanism that they use, they capitalize on technology that make it difficult for police to track things like an app to
Yeah.
send messages.
Yeah.
And so this is about making money. It's actually not so much about the violence, it's about making the money. And no different than a lot of criminals, they're always looking for that avenue to make money by illicit means versus getting a job and doing it legally.
Yeah. So we have that strict law enforcements right now, because about the bail system and everything, because when you catch somebody, they get bailed out sometimes.
Correct. Bail reform is a big issue in Canada, and I know it's kind of being tackled kind of right now on a federal level. It does have an impact, obviously, on our day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
There's no kind of way about that. I can tell you of the 18 people we charged, only one remains in custody, but that allowed us another great opportunity because we have a really good offender management program. And so we really tackle that by enforcing the conditions that are on there and monitoring those conditions. And if they step out of alignment whatsoever, we arrest them and put them back in custody. So they are connected with obviously the bail reform and what's happening, but we have to work within the current confines of the law, and we do that effectively.
Okay, so Calgary is now growing day by day, right? But we have received a lot of extortion cases in Surrey, and they were so mad about it that they also contacted the federal government, and they got some extra security measures with the federal government. Do you think Calgary also needs that with the police?
And not at this time. I actually feel that Calgary Police have done an excellent job of proving to citizens of Calgary that we can manage this. Now, we're always looking for anything that the government would give us because we want to be the best police force in Canada, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But in the same token, we have to look at what the numbers are and the metrics are, and we are handling this quite well.
So, what message would you like to give all the South Asian community who is watching you? Because right now they are really scared. They are even scared to pick up any unknown call. All the business owners who are even a small business owners, they are also very scared about it. They don't advertise. They don't come out. They are not sponsoring any events. They are not supporting the community, because whenever they come out, they have that fear of getting the extortion call. So, what message would you like to give to them?
Number one, I want to make sure they understand that we empathize. Obviously, that's a tough way to live. And I want to encourage them to continue back with their normal life, but to do it intelligently and to do it in a way that they don't fall susceptible to the actions. And so, number one, if you are called, do not pay. You are perpetuating the issue. If we quit paying, people will quit doing this. It's really simple. They don't take difficult routes. They look for the easy routes.
But they really feel scared about it.
I understand they feel scared, but that's why the contact to police, so that we can get in there and take care and help them. Always reach out to the police. If that happens, please let us know. We, in the last 6 months, have done as much as we can to put extra resources into these events. We're doing everything we can to make people feel safe and to assure them that the Calgary Police is there to support them. But as I've always said, is we are the community. And so when I say that, a lot of the police officers live in this community as well. We have to work as a team in this community to solve these problems. And so if you see something, if you know something, reach out to the Calgary Police Service, reach out to Crime Stoppers. We can't solve this alone. The tips are
Yeah.
very beneficial to us,
Yeah.
and that is what is literally thrusting this investigation forward.
Because for the anonymous tips as well, sometimes they get scared. They think that maybe their name will come out, but that's a good thing that they are getting the guarantee from the Superintendent of Police, and I think they should not be scared and they should just inform the police right away. Thank you so much for talking to us, Superintendent.
Thank you for your time.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ, 911 'ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। ਐਨੋਨਿਮਸ ਟਿਪ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਔਰ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਦਿੱਕਤ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰੋ, ਔਰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਡਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਐਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ। ਸੋ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਵਨਸ ਅਗੇਨ ਸਰ ਫॉर ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਅਸ ਦ ਟਾਈਮ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।